now for the whole community. You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pylon Show. I am Artosis, joined by a whole bunch of my absolute favorite people. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Christmas special edition show that we have every year here at the Pylon Show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Did you have a favorite game or series of the year? The one that really stood out to you is like, damn, this was peak StarCraft here.
Astraea versus Dream on Golden Wall on the War Chest Team League.
Oddly specific. Okay, yeah.
That was a disgusting comeback. You shut the hell up, Robbie.
Phenomenal.
That was the stupid. No.
Okay. At the time, I remember Rotterdam used to say like Astraea versus Neeb was the game of the year, and then he was like, "No, this is the game of the year. Astraea versus Dream."
I actually love the answer in chat. Artosis versus every 1800 Protoss. Now that's an answer.
Who said that? I'm going to ban him.
See you for the unbanned stream, MC on. I love that response.
By the way, the Forbes 30 under 30 for esports, when that came out, I was just like, oh well, I'm over 30, so that's super sick. Watch all my friends win this fucking award, and then everyone has it in their fucking Twitter bio, and people are like, this Toast guy, he can't even win a fucking 30 under 30, man.
Oh my god.
To be honest, I felt the same. I was like, man, do they have a 40 on the 40 as well? Can we still make that then? Like,
I'm looking forward
to
a
little bit of luck.
When we do the 40 under 40, I win one by default at that point because there's not that many.
It's like,
but they got to make it soon. They got to. We only have a few years.
That's right. Frost, Tim Morton, hurry up, please, Tim. Like, we love you, but hurry up.
God. All right.
What are all the kids playing in Korea these days down in the PC bang? Are they all just playing like?
They play League. League is by far the biggest. PUBG is the second biggest. Brood War is like a top 5 game. So in Korea still.
As well, something like that, like a CS:GO clone.
Sun Attack is still pretty big. Overwatch is still relatively popular.
Really?
Yeah. Koreans like Overwatch.
That really was amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like, that fucking game? It's like, yeah, man, you know, that fucking game.
What now?
Yeah. But yeah, we don't. Those are the games. Like, there's like 10 times more new players in StarCraft 1 than StarCraft 2 over here. There's just. So for me, it is Sound. I agree with Cats on that. That's that's the player I'm excited about next year because I'll get to cast all of his games, right? So.
Yeah, I think he's not done improving. I think also MaxPax and Skillus that haven't mentioned already, and I mentioned them for the up-and-comers this year, but they're also not done improving. I wouldn't say Astraea is done improving, but he did the bulk of his training in Korea, and we saw what that resulted in. Whereas MaxPax, I mean, we see him playing the $25, like we're talking about how he's playing the $25 tournaments, right? Like he's just relentless, like he's still doing it. And Skillus is really working on like his mentality a lot, and so I think those two kids are gonna.
At the end of 2019, and Clem was good, but he's not that good as he currently.
See, here's
is.
the
thing is, Astraea trained in Korea, and that's where he got really good. I feel like, right? Like it was 2019 technically, but we didn't see the fruits of his all the fruits of his work came at once.
Yeah, we saw him coming all year. Right? Yeah,
I don't know. I think he improved a fuckload in Korea, which I don't know when it was. It was like sometime in the later half of last year, right?
Yeah, later half of last year.
Yeah, so after that, then we see all the fruits of Astraea, whereas with Clem, it's like, yeah, we've been singing his praises and like seeing him come, so it doesn't feel like an up-and-comer. It really comes down to, you know, like how we interpret the question, I guess.
I get it. I'm okay with just rounding this off to matter of opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, but like your opinion's wrong here,
American. So. I think they're all like good answers, though. Good answers, all, I think. Here's like the opposite question. Who was the most disappointing player of the year? Who did you think was going to do a lot better than they did?
Wow, Dan waited until we all had a couple drinks so we could just make a mortal enemy or two tonight. All right. Who wants to lose some Twitter followers, guys?
I'll get started.
I'll get started.
What?
I think
Okay,
Cyril's
sport-
washed up, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, only getting to the
Oh,
finals
Jesus
instead of winning the
Christ.
final, it's really disappointing.
But I mean,
Um,
okay, in his defense, was he ever that good or was he just a patch surrogate?
Oh my god. I will hang up. I will hang up.
I'm just kidding.
Twitch chat's here. They've made it.
Okay.
Honestly, though,
I
all
do
these
believe that
Cyril
it's a
fanboys
Team
are so
Liquid
brain dead.
article. So it's like Team Liquid. Is
I'm quoting Twitch chat right now. Please
Yeah,
forgive me.
These are direct quotes from Twitch chat, so don't you laugh at us, Twitch chat. We're looking
I
at
mean,
you.
wasn't
This is where
Dark
all these
like
lines come from.
4 times
Um,
as better than Cyril? Like I think he always was, and it just took until.
All right.
actually,
Jeez, I
I would have
wonder-
named Dark if it wasn't for TSL, maybe
Yeah,
because he was
yeah.
like the defending world champion,
Actually,
and he had a terrible year
Yeah.
until TSL.
I'm actually going to say Dark, even though he just won TSL. I know we got like recency bias, and it feels like that's a dumb thing to say, but I am going to say Dark, like our reigning world champion. How did he do in GSL, Dan?
Didn't he
Like-
win one of the? Didn't he? Who won the first GSL this year?
TY.
TY.
Oh
Rogue.
right,
And
right.
then Rogue and TY.
I assumed he was still playing a fair bit. I know that when Rogue is a champion of something, he just basically sits around and doesn't log into StarCraft 2 for a couple of months. But Dark seemed to be pretty active.
And to your credit, he did finally
Nick,
at the end of the
you
year.
saw that,
Cheers.
didn't you?
I did. Yohan's in chat. Dark.
Dark. No. It's not just. It's like dark.
Yeah. Do you guys even remember where exactly that came from?
Well, it was this
What
big.
game?
Like I don't know. He was commentating Katowice, and
Was
every
it
single time.
Katowice, right?
Yeah, but like what
yeah,
game?
and every single time he introduced Dark, he like wanted to show the world that he was kind of excited, and he's like, "It's not just Dark. It's Dark."
Yeah, I think it was. There must have been a big battle. There must have been a big battle with lots of like banelings or roaches or something, right? Because you put Dark roaches together, crushing victory, and I get a little bit excited.
One of these situations where you were like, "Oh, look, it looked like Dark was on the back foot, but Dark." Yeah, it was like a laugh. It was like a little bit of a laugh because you couldn't believe it. Also, you were like
Yeah.
clearly really horny at the time.
Turgid, yeah. Turgid, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then. And it was an analysis moment. Like, I think it was a post game thing, or maybe like the end of the game, a big moment. And then the green room for the rest of that tournament. Every time Dark came up, we just like.
Oh,
my
amazing.
I'm gonna be real and say that I kind of forgot the War Chest Team League happened.
That was really fun.
Yeah, that was
That was really
I was
fun.
surprised we
Yeah.
didn't get that as an answer at all.
That was gonna
I'm
be my
sad we
answer.
didn't get YouTube videos like individually cut up of them, so it's really hard to find the VODs. Like every now and then I'm like, oh, remember that build on that map? And it is like, ooh, it's wading through the swamps of like these 12-hour videos where you're trying to find the game you're looking for. It's really hard.
See,
I think
like, I
TSL
really
as well
love
has
the
been
tournament.
very slow with uploading to YouTube. So that's my pet
They
peeve
have.
from this year. Tournament organizers, get your YouTube uploads happening right after the tournament. There are so many people that's where every day in my
I'm
Twitch
really
channel, other
surprised
Twitch
you
channels-
say that, Pick.
Yeah.
Because I get why people watch stuff on YouTube, but I have never once in my life been like, why isn't something uploaded to YouTube? Because you can just open a Twitch page and find the game immediately. So why is this so important?
Have you tried this on the
no.
ESL channel, Roddy? Because if you
Yeah.
do this
Yes.
2 days later, there's 5 more rerun streams in between you
I
and
have
the
tried,
that you
and
have
it
to
is
navigate.
yeah.
I'll tell you the
The
mistake you're
naming is
making.
annoying, but Pig, unlike you, I don't wait 2 days to watch a game. I just, an hour later, 2 hours later, while the stream is still going on. I've never really had that problem. I can see
Pig.
why, but I don't have it.
I'm gonna solve all your problems, but just go to SC2 links because they actually time link to the timestamp in the VOD. Problem solved.
Yes.
Do they do that for Twitch VODs as well? They've been doing that
Mhm,
up to date.
mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Oh my
But it
god, I haven't
doesn't
used
al-
that site
but it
in so
doesn't-
long. You just
But
solved
it
my
doesn't
life,
always
Robbie.
work. It doesn't always work though. I think if it's a subscriber world channel, like a Wardy channel or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like that. Even if you are a sub to that channel, I think the time code breaks. So just like starts at the start of the VOD. I think that's what
Just
happened
look
to me.
at if that happens, look at the URL and it'll usually be like hour, minutes, seconds. Like
Right.
it'll be like 5H, which is like hour 5, 10M, 10th minute.
What if you don't
Right.
do well with 24-hour time or numbers and converting all that?
Yeah,
Because
what
then
if
you'd
you
have to
can't
take
count,
that,
Dragon?
read
What
it,
if you
and then
can't count?
write it. Yeah.
Keep in mind that I'm a play-by-play
sure.
commentator and maths is
Well,
one of those things, so-
Well, then, Pig, you can search through the VOD like a virgin simp incel. All right. You're allowed to until next year.
Oh, sweet.
We just gonna
I feel very harassed right now, and I feel like some of the audience should probably make complaints against Ravi, please.
Being such a virgin, Pig.
When are you go? It's like, oh.
Oh my god.
No, you guys, you're misunderstanding. This is Artosis' channel. He's the one that will get banned.
That was my favorite thing when Pig and I played team games together. We used to do 2v2s together like every week on stream. And my favorite thing ever was the meme where Pig and I would be losing. And we'd be like, oh my God, these virgins, man. They just play the game. They never touched a lady or a man in their whole life. All they've done is touch themselves and this keyboard, dude.
You know, every so often I imagine that Smick is watching us from above, you know, as our partners and manager, just as a fan of StarCraft. And everyone
Smick's got to have her face in her hand like 90% of the times when she watches our streams.
The button is like, I'm pretending I'm not saying anything. It's fine.
Hey man, all the things that Smix had to deal with on StarCraft Twitch over the last 2 years, we are her angels. Okay, she's very happy with us. You don't even want to know what's happening on some of the other StarCraft channels, so I think we're good.
Very little ruckus. We're very good people.
All right.
And also, not many people know him because he's not really had like too much of an online presence. But Njáls, who's been doing a lot of the observing for the stuff, and not many people know he exists at the moment, which is a shame because he's actually quite decent.
I believe it's pronounced Njals, Maynard. Me and Cats refer to him as Njals. He never corrected us. Okay.
Pig, how do you pronounce XY's name again?
Of course. Well, thankfully, I did have an expert telling me he's very shy in the bedroom. Yes.
Yeah.
An expert told you that he's shy in the bedroom. What are they expert of?
Yep. I mean, clearly they're bedroom.
Apparently XY is meant to be pronounced shy. All right, we can do it for a whole tournament, find out one game from the end of the tournament, and then not actually change anyway.
By the way, Naruto, I see you too. Silvano, yeah, he makes a lot of hours for Take TV, but he's way more obsessed with the gym right now than he is with observing, because that motherfucker too is staring at waterfalls if I decide to stare at waterfalls. Every single Monday, he too is following me, so I'm on to you guys.
Shout out to Naruto for creating most of the Twitter, like, what's the word? Reception analytics? Is that what it is? Impressions. There we go. Yeah. Since he is constantly arguing with people about stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Naruto.
That's what I love that. I love that translate tweet button. I use that a lot on that one. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, what's this about?
I want to add one more shout out to Nice Username because I think he does actually a bunch of great memes. He did like the stuff for TSL with like the extra mod and everything. He actually does a bunch of like extra work on the side. He does stuff for the Pylon show, and like he does it like I know he also is one of the people that feels bad. He like gets into super not great moods and everything about like, oh man, like I do all this stuff, but like it's a passion and it's hard to get paid for it and everything. Like some places are awesome, like Pylon Show and everything, and do payment. But yeah, big shout out to Nice Username. Yeah. He's freaking awesome.
I have a Nice Username shout out. Anytime my Discord lobby's dead for like an hour and no one chats, he comes in with gems like this. Who else just farted? But farted is spelled F-A-R-D-E-D, not T-E-D. So it's a misspelled on the fart, but it was a good bump to keep the lobby active. So thanks, Joey.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Nice.
I got to definitely shout out Nice Username. Cobra Venom, the producer of the Pylon Show, Alessandra that does our show notes, the whole Pylon Show team. They are. The show just wouldn't happen without him. I know I shout him out every episode, but like they're definitely unsung behind the scenes. There he is, killing.
Yeah, I gotta echo that. I mean, Alessandra, like, there's many things and pieces of news and events she lets me know about. And yeah, I think Matt bringing up the production quality, Cobra Venom of the entire StarCraft scene so much over the last couple of years. Like, whenever any of us try to do a show, it looks like the crayon scratchings of a madman is the overlay, and like our like freaking cameras are all distorted. We're like, hey guys, we're gonna talk about some StarCraft, I guess. And now we actually have production quality across multiple channels. So good on you, dude.
Thank you.
All right, Roddy, dropping the sub gifts in the channel. All right, thank you, man.
crap.
I saw somebody gifting a sub, and I just realized that last fucking Christmas party, I spent like 200 euros on your goddamn channel. And you didn't even know I moved, Artosis, a year and a half ago, 18 months ago. Last Christmas party, I gifted Artosis like 50 subs, and now he's like, nice room today, Roddy. I was like, God damn it, Dan.
Hold on. If you're gonna call him out publicly for this, I'm also gonna call you out, Kev, because during the pre-show you also were like, "Oh, Creighton Olsen's doing This Week in StarCraft," which is a change that happened a while ago now.
Guilty as charged. Like, I don't want to pilot show at 4 a.m., guys. Come on now. Like,
We're in some opposite time zones. No worries. Yeah, it's a good list. Anyone have anyone else before we jump on the next one?
There's probably a
Shout out to Day 9 for sorry.
yeah.
Underappreciated heroes.
I mean, all these
Yeah.
people you said are really great, but I miss Husky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. M. Canning. Okay. Probably shouldn't be calling this out, but M. Canning had an entire stream where he literally just went through and watched like Rosanna, like Husky's, I don't know, wife or girlfriend or whatever,
Girlfriend, I
is like VODs
Fancy, no,
of
there's
every
the,
single
history.
VOD
The
that she
baking,
had
yeah,
Husky in. And it was like the strangest stream ever. That's the end of the story. I hope that you guys enjoyed it.
restreamed someone else's content for content. Is that what you're saying you did? Ooh, Twitch admins. Uh-oh.
It's okay. If Smix was
Smix
watching
started
earlier,
watching.
she's not watching anymore.
Exactly.
wait, was Mix actually here?
I mean, if she was, she isn't anymore. It's like
She
it's,
left pretty quickly.
She
Yeah.
saw I was
Yeah.
talking. She's like, "Fucking get out of here."
So it's like
2020 has been the
Artosis
greatest
unlisted
vacation of my
for the
life.
night. I'm keeping all of my partners safe. Like,
All right, excellent group of people, and I'm sure we're missing some as well. But yeah, that's thank you to all the unsung heroes back there. Okay, here's one. What player do you think had the greatest improvement this year?
Australia.
Like what player?
Clem.
All right, you got it right. All right,
Max.
next one.
Okay, cool.
what? No.
Yeah. Happy holidays to all, Artosis. What guests have you had on just once but wish you could get on again? What guest do you wish you could have that you never got? Rest of the group, shout out one personality of the scene that doesn't get the love they deserve. Stay safe this holiday season. Someone who I've only had once, but I wish I could get on again. Oh, it's got to be Tasteless. Got to be Tasteless. Wish I could fucking somehow get him to get up at this crazy early hour. I mean, it's just past
10
right now. And we did the shout outs for the people that behind the scenes, but thank you for
If only there was a way to reach him right then.
there's no way to reach him. His phone doesn't ring. This is a Tasteless thing. His phone is always on like quiet mode, so you can't call him, but he can call you.
I love that.
Nick things. All right. And someone that I haven't had on that I wish I could get. Well, I still hope to get people like this on. I want to get like a Cyril on or a Neeb on for an episode.
Have you had
We'll see.
Rainer?
I don't think I've had Rainer on the show yet. Actually, he'd be great too. But
He
Rainer is
definitely-
someone
he
who
would-
would say yes.
He would come.
Cyril is someone who would say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
Rainer would definitely come. What about
Yeah.
Sasha Gray?
I don't know who he or she is. So, do they like StarCraft? I mean,
It's been a lot of what was that like animal game that everybody was playing a couple months
Animal
ago?
Crossing?
Animal Game will never be an esport.
She's
okay?
great at Animal Crossing and crossing a lot of other things, but she might be willing to come on the
I
pilot
think she's
show.
good at
too.
not crossing things and rather uncrossing them, Roddy.
I don't know. What can I say? She's great at maybe Pokemon, like catch them all. You know?
Gotta catch them all. That's not something you want in your line of work.
Right. Hey, Zero, thank you for the question.
All right.
Johnny Balls asks, "Happy holidays! I didn't have a question this week, so I took to our StarCraft. There was a question there. I was given a question that encapsulates both the profound intellect of the StarCraft community and the consistent, undying love / support for this game and personalities in it. From you, Coglada, whatever happened to Husky?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's StarCraft Reddit for you.
If,
He's doing just fine. He does YouTube.
wait, if
It's
you
cool.
want to know the down low on Husky without giving Husky views, go check out twitch.tv/mcannings VODs because he's just rewatching them.
Husky's
Really?
gonna DMCA his ass, man. M Canny's gone.
Yeah, watch out.
Actually, that's another guest I would love to have on. I think I'll reach out to him, see if he'd like to do a pylon show up. So that'd be really fun.
M Canning or Husky?
Husky.
Okay.
That would be a fun episode, right? Yeah, I mean, he's actually part of the reason why StarCraft grew up so much. Like he was gigantic in the beginning.
I would be pleasantly surprised if you got him.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Why not? Hyper Turtle asks, there's little doubt that 2021 will be a very different year. Offline events may finally be possible again, but we will also be facing a future with no new paid StarCraft 2 content. What can we do to generate excitement and help content creators and event organizers find new momentum? I think what Zombie Grub was saying before, and we had that discussion about changing up the way a live event is done, is pretty good. For online, I think there was a lot of interesting new things and improvements made this year because we normally don't have this much online. So I think it was a great step forward for our online events.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think it's.
I think people got a little like too carried away about the whole like no new paid content. You know, like it's like okay, it sucks. Like a lot of people like co-op, and we all enjoyed the new skins, but let's not get too carried away. Like we're all still very passionate about what we're doing, and the esports will continue, and we're still going to do the best possible job we can, and the players are still going to battle it out in the hardest way possible. Maybe there's no longer like a direct way for a lot of people to like this money goes towards watchers, but only X amount of percentage of that money went to watchers anyway, right? The rest of the money went to Activision. So there will always be ways, like for instance Wadi. Like if you guys support Wadi, I can guarantee you that Wadi will use a lot of that money to run tournaments. And if you support Dan and you really want Dan to do something with StarCraft 2, he will do it. If you support Zombie Grub to run a certain StarCraft 2 tournament, like it doesn't always have to be like a StarCraft tournament for the best players in the world. It can be also specific, right, to certain groups. It's like, run something for females, run something for American players, run something for European players. Like there's so many ways to support StarCraft 2. It doesn't have to be done to war chest, and just because we don't have war chest doesn't mean we should all sit in a corner and cry because there's no longer a way to support StarCraft esports.
Totally. Well said.
Something nice, big or small, to make the year nicer.
Pylon show with my friends. Yeah, very nice. Just I don't know.
We would get together after DreamHack to
Hotel
talk like
lobby.
the old hotel lobbies.
Yeah,
That was
that's
pretty
wholesome.
good.
I also think there is just like something wholesome to take away from our own personal streams. Like even though Corona sucks and like we all get along super well, and I really fucking miss live events, and I miss seeing the players, and I miss seeing you guys. I still have a really good time just talking to StarCraft fans in my chat each and every single day. And if you want to like sort of at least stick to the rules, like every country has obviously different rules when it comes to quarantine, but they've been pretty strict in the Netherlands lately. And if I wouldn't be a streamer, I legit would go fucking insane because it would feel like I wouldn't see anyone, I wouldn't talk to anyone as somebody who lives alone. So streaming and the StarCraft community as a whole has really been fucking awesome. It's just been fun to talk about StarCraft, play StarCraft, and I don't know, just experience, like kind of just get through all of this together. That's kind of what it feels like. So I think that is at least a little positive to take away from 2020.
Very nice.
I started doing bigger casts today, this year for me personally. So that's been nice for me. I've enjoyed that. I started a podcast recently that I've really enjoyed as well for the same reasons, just talking to people. I really like my stream. And generally speaking, even when it's like shittier times, I try to see it from the optics of like that's gonna give me contrast to compare the better times to, and that's useful for me personally. Like looking forward to things, and just when those things do come, I now have a point of comparison, and that's kind of cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, 2:30 in the hour. I need to go make a pumpkin pie.
Mick. For the year 2020, for one last time, can you introduce Dark for all of us?
And in the bottom right, Massing Roaches. He's going to win even though everyone's doubting him. It is Dark!
We love you, mate.
Thank you very much, guys. Good night.
Have a Merry Christmas.
I've got another mic drop. 2020 has been very, very hard for all of us in StarCraft 2, but I think that as a community, we've all been really, really wonderful for each other for the most part. We've had some ups and downs. We've had some, some horrifying things happen. We've had the tournament circuit take a big blow, but I think that we're all wonderful. We're all very healthy. We're happy, and I'm super glad to keep doing what I'm doing. And love my family. Love you guys. You're all my family as well, and love to the community. Hope to see you guys in person in 2021.
Bye-bye.
That's my wish. I hope to see you all soon.
Merry
Bye, everybody.
Christmas. Before we go, a big thanks to Shane Astrofin and Jerry Wang at our $100 tier. We really appreciate you guys. And all the Patreon supporters. Thank you so much, everyone. It's very much appreciated. No, that's about it. Thanks, guys. I guess I'll see everyone next week on the Pylon Show. Make sure to check everyone out here. Thank you so much for coming on, everyone.